Okay guys, so this is how you change the paw and the transfer bar in the Ruger Security 6 and the Ruger Speed 6. I was going to do a full disassembly video, but there's so many of those out there already. So I'm just going to show you guys how to swap a couple parts so you can clean, or in the rare event that you do need to replace a part. So we're going to start with the transfer bar, which is very easy to take out. You just pull the trigger back enough to give you some room, get it out of that hole, and it comes right out. The paw is why we're working inside of the bag. See that little lip right there? There's a plunger and a spring right underneath of that lip that controls the paw. And when you take the paw out, it's more than likely going to go flying, which is why we're working inside the bag. So you're going to pull the trigger back enough to give you some room, and carefully, very carefully and slowly wiggle it out of there. And there goes the spring and the plunger. But because we're working inside of the bag, it's very easy to find. But it is tiny, and if it goes flying across the room, you're going to have a very hard time finding it. You may even have to order one. And Ruger doesn't service these. So, you get the spring back into that little hole right there. You take your paw. Now this is where it gets tricky, because you don't have a lot of room to work in there. You got to push that plunger down and get the paw back in there at the same time. As you can see, sometimes it don't always go as planned. See, now we got it back in there. Your transfer bar goes back in just like it came out, and you're back in business. But I do want to show you guys a couple other things, because right now, while you have the gun disassembled, is when you want to do some extra cleaning. Because fouling can get in a lot of different places. And I mean, that's just the hammer pin. Also, see that right there? That is the cylinder latch. And that's the cylinder latch spring. Now, normally, these guns don't wear out. But sometimes you can run into issues. And I'm actually making this video for a friend. So we're going to take the cylinder out, set that off to the side. Now, the cylinder latch drops. It's that piece there. It drops right out of there. You put that back in the way it came. That part should be sticking up. The cylinder latch spring and plunger is right there, and that just pulls right out fairly easily, and then you can clean inside there and change that if you need to. Again, the spring goes back into the little hole, and you can clean that, lube that if you need to. And again, the disassembly videos and reassembly videos are out there, so I'm not going to get into all that. But that's how you change some simple parts on these guns. Very simple. It's a little intimidating at first, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. Alright guys, take care.